Welcome to Insight into Injury. I'm here today with Carol, and we're going to talk to you today about how to avoid a calf strain. The good thing is your calf is really good at telling you when there's a problem. Maybe you remember waking up in the morning and that first step out of your bed and you're like, ooh, my feet, and you're just thinking, well, I'm getting older, or maybe you don't think about it too much because you're running to the bathroom anyways, but something like that, maybe you get cramps in the night in your calves, any of those things are letting you know that you're at risk of getting a further injury. In fact, anyone that's just been walking around during the day, having to go up and down stairs or squatting or lifting, without any of those warning signs, just by the fact that you're doing those challenging activities, that's enough to put you at risk for a calf strain. But today, we're going to learn some things about how to absolutely avoid that. And thanks, Carol. Let's start with some warm-ups. Sure. So to get the blood flowing, just make some circles with your ankles. Make them as big as you can. And if this is the first thing you've done in the morning, first of all, congratulations. You're doing a good job for yourself for starting out thinking about your feet. But you might actually start feeling like you're getting a little bit of a muscle burn. Go the other direction too. And yeah, feel them muscles warming up. We're getting some circulation all the way down there to your toes. Next, we're going to go up and down as far as you can. When you walk, when we take a step, even if we're taking a short step, you're expanding your legs out and you're going to feel a good pull in that calf. So with this exercise, we're warming things up, just toes up and down as far as we can. Look, it's like synchronized.
Feels good.
Next thing, come on forward. And we're going to get the feet on the ground, but without gravity just yet. And another warm up here to get the blood flow going. Lift your heels up and down. I think I heard some clicking. That might have been my ankle. We'll be doing some stretching to work that out too. Clicking, that's another warning sign. If you're hearing clicking when you move your ankles around, definitely means that you've got to stretch. We've got about 5 calf stretches coming up here for you today, a lot of varieties. You can pick your favorites and just keep them in the back of your head throughout the day. You're going to want to be doing these a lot if you're on your feet especially. All right, well, let's get to it, Carol. Yes. Calf stretches. We'll do these standing up. And the first thing is a kind of like a straddle stance step. As you're getting into this position, you want to make sure you're balanced first of all, and if you need something to hold on to, have a chair nearby. The back leg is the leg that we're focusing on here for stretching. As Carol puts your foot down, her heel should be all the way touching the ground. Her toes should be pointing straight ahead, just in the same direction that your other leg is too. And then Carol, lean forward, bend on this knee. Keep your body up a little straighter. You can bring your shoulders back and kind of let your hips come forward. Good, and that should be giving her a stretch in her calf muscle.
Yes. I'm going to feel it.
Good. After 20 seconds or so of that stretch, a variation to this is to just bend your back knee. Try to still keep your heel on the ground. And now with that back leg bent, you're getting your deeper muscle stretch, which you'll feel further down towards your Achilles, down towards your heel. So we're talking all the way down here to the back. All right. Feel free to do these exercises all day long, both legs. You know, you don't need any equipment. You can be walking down the street. If you feel like your calf's a little tight, I'm going to drop into a stretch. And that's what you got for you. More variations, however, is a calf wedge stretch. So if you find yourself in a parking lot and you've got those cement dividers or any sort of thing that resembles a wedge, you get your foot on there. Your toes are going to be up higher than your heel is. And you push yourself forward. And once again, you're going to be feeling a stretch in your calf here. And with the toes up at that angle, it also helps to get a little bit of a stretch in your plantar fascia, which is the big ligament that runs along the bottom of your foot. That also influences the position of your heel, which can influence the health of your calf. So keep those things stretched out. This is usually the strongest stretch that you're going to feel too. We'll take a quick break from stretching and we'll move on to strengthening. Strong calf muscles are also very important when it comes to preventing a calf strain. So calf raises, so brilliantly named, lift up and down your heels. So I guess you could call these heel raises if you wanted to call them that. At this, the same muscle that she was just stretching, we're now working to strengthen. So you're going to be feeling the muscle back in here. Might even start to get a little burn as we up the reps. A variation to this. So we can work other muscles of your calf, turn your toes out, and same thing, raising up and down again here. This changes the feeling of which muscle you're working on here to the inside of your calf a little bit and into your arch. And the next variation is to turn your feet in and raise up and down again. And this rounds out all the way to the other side of the calf. to make sure each component is strong. You never know, just as you're walking around, you got to dodge a piece of furniture or a person and you might pivot a little bit. You want to make sure these muscles are strong at all these angles. Speaking of angles, we're going to work on a balance exercise with a twist. So regular old balancing, you would have one leg pretty much straight, not clenched, but straight. Other leg shouldn't touch this leg. It's cheating if it does. So keep that leg a little bit away and then add the twist. Literally turn your body kind of side to side. And as you're doing this, what's going on down at your ankle? As you can see here, there's some muscles that are just grabbing, clenching, grabbing, clenching. If you're practicing this, you're going to be feeling your toes kind of gripping in, your arch. Everything feels like it's wobbling a little bit. But Carol's doing an awesome job. She's making it look easy here with keeping her foot flat and not tipping over. So Carol, since you're doing so good, let's go a little faster. As you hit that edge, the muscles have to work harder to change that direction real quick. So if you're feeling like you're doing good already and you want to challenge yourself to get stronger, just a faster twist back and forth will challenge those muscles even more.
Feel the burn.
Yeah, okay, then we're going to go back into stretching. This stretch is kind of like a little bit of a bonus stretch. It's a little challenging. You've got to have flexibility in other parts of your body and healthy shoulders as well. So if you feel comfortable to do this stretch, then we'll move on to down dog. Or in the meantime, while Carol's doing this position of a stretch, if you remember this stretch, we can get back into this one. And you can work on that while she's showing an advanced variation. So with this, the same thing's going to happen. We'll start with both your feet down. And here, she's got her toes pointing forward, her heels are touching the ground, and she's getting a stretch here in your calf. Really, an added bonus is to kick that leg up, because once that leg goes up, then the nerves and the muscles, all of them are getting stretched over here alongside of your leg, and you're going to get a really strong stretch on the leg that's still on the ground. If your shoulders are holding up for it, you want to give it about a 10-second hold. You can bring your leg back down, switch over to the other side. And then she's working to keep your heels pressed onto the ground and at the same time working to get this leg up. All right. There's one other stretch you can do kind of as a cool down. It's another calf stretch. Got to scoot back to the front of the chair. Heel on the ground, toes pointed up, knees straight of this leg here. And if you just lean forward, chances are, as long as you're making an effort to keeping your foot up, you're going to feel this stretch in your calf as well as your hamstring. But to add a little oomph to it, you can use a towel or a belt or a dog leash or something of the sort. Wrap it around the ball of your foot, kind of near the top. Not so near the top that it might slip off, but up there where you can get good leverage. And as you bend forward, give your arms a pull. And again, she's getting that stretch here in the back part of her calf muscle. And a 20-second stretch at least is the way to go on that. As many times as you want, as many times throughout the day as you can fit it in. The more you stretch, the healthier your calves. And speaking of healthy calves, let's make them happy. Everyone likes a good massage, and you can kind of help yourself out with one by using your opposite kneecap. Tends to make a good little, it's like, you know, instead of that masseuse's thumbs getting in there, you got a little kneecap to kind of massage up against there. Good way to flush things out too. So here's to some happy and healthy calves and avoiding calf strains. Thanks for helping out, Carol.